You're with CapeTalk.
Right, a quick look at some events that might tempt you out of the house this weekend. And I know Africa will have our mainstream theatre picks in a few minutes, but let me start with one smaller production that is on this weekend, and that is the play called Still Here, Nog Hier. Still Here, Nog Hier. It's a bilingual one-act play, an original piece featuring Jade Ludsky, and it's on at the Theatre Arts in Observatory tonight. It is set in a small apartment over the course of a single weekend, told through the eyes of Jess and Hannes, who are two lovers questioning whether to stay together or go their separate ways. The show is at 7 p.m. at Theatre Arts in Observatory. Tickets are available through their website, theatrearts.co.za. The Cape Town concert series continues tomorrow morning with a recital by the CPO Wind Quartet happening at the Baxter Concert Hall. The quartet comprises Gabriel van Durkheim on flute, Lisa White on oboe, Farrell John Davids on clarinet, and Simon Ball on the bassoon. And these all very highly experienced musicians, and they'll perform both as solo artists and in duo, trio and quartet form. Very special array of music ranging from the early 20th century to much more recent fare. This concert is at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in the Baxter Concert Hall. Tickets are 100 Rand on web tickets. What else can I offer you? If you're interested in sharks, perhaps you might like to head to the Shark Museum in Simonstown tomorrow morning, hosting a talk by Dr. Alessandro de Maddalena on sharks and humans. The cost is 80 Rand per ticket. You do need to book a seat, please, which you can do by emailing sharkmuseum@gmail.com. Then a couple of more modern music gigs you might want to check out. The quintet Madam Freak in action at the Athletic Club and Social tonight. They're at 35 Batencroft Street. You can expect funky grooves, blazing fusion solos, Afro jive and some ballads. The show starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are 200 Rand if you buy them at the door, but you can also book in advance for 150 Rand on the website Fixer, which is FIXR. On Sunday, if you head to Cafe Roo in Noordhoek, you can catch the much-loved reggae band The Rivertones, fresh off their supporting gig for UB40 and Ali Campbell. The show there is at 5 o'clock on Sunday evening. Tickets are 200 Rand, and you book via the Cafe Roo website, which is caferoo.co.za. Just click forward to the events page. And then lastly, a mention for the Alma Cafe, two of South Africa's finest young touring musicians, Sarah Blake and Hugo Veldsman, joining forces for an evening of singer-songwriter virtuosity on Sunday evening. The show is at 6 p.m. and tickets for that one are 160 Rand on Quicket.
Cape Talk. Call 021 446 0567.
Next up, let's focus on the theatres. Here's some suggestions from my colleague Africa Milani.
Good afternoon, Pippa. We started the Baxter Theatre this afternoon. The Fool's Guide to Living and Dying concludes this weekend. It's performed by the incredible Andrew Buckland. It's a hilarious and highly physical journey through the world of contemporary tech, navigated with virtuoso, I think you will agree. This play asks serious questions about the human condition, especially in relation to social media as well as AI, and presents unique and thought-provoking answers through the raucous comedy and poignant storytelling. 2 evening performances left at 7:30 and at the Baxter's Flipside, and there's a matinee performance tomorrow as well. You can go to web tickets to secure your tickets. And then staying at the Baxter Theatre, Brasa Tot Latu is on at the Masamba Theatre, and it begins before the 49th memorial to the late wife of Lukman. He receives an unexpected visit from his former friend Junaid. The two men have not seen each other in more than 6 years, and as Junaid returns under unexpected circumstances, both men are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about friendship, about betrayal, and the lives they have built apart. It's written by Zubair Charles, directed by Carlo Daniels, and it stars the incredibly talented Anzio September, who was a nominee at the recent Cape Town Theatre Awards, and a newcomer, Abdulatif Davids. It's on at the Masamba Theatre at the Baxter, with evening performances today and tomorrow, and a matinee tomorrow as well. You can go to web tickets to secure your seat. And then let's finish off at the Antique Theatre. They've got Wolf Biscuit that concludes tomorrow as well. It's an absurdist two-hander bromantic comedy drama starring Andrew Rue Joe and Brett Williams. They play work colleagues trying to survive in a cutthroat industry and navigate their love-hate relationship. These intrepid characters will take you on a surreal journey through betrayal, deception, and different sized coffee mugs. If you've ever put a shoe in a postbox, spilt beer on a Labrador, or placed a baguette in a car boot in Kraaifontein, then Wolf Biscuit is the life-altering show that you've been waiting for. This evening show is sold out, but there are some tickets for tomorrow. You can go to theantique.co.za to secure your tickets. See you at the theatre.
Thank you so much and feel better soon, Africa Milano. If I may, I'm going to add one more to that list because John is too modest to tell you himself that he's in a new show. Superfan by Mike van Graan, a heartwarming comedy at the intersection of rugby and politics. It is on at the Antique Theatre in Kloof Street, opening on the 19th of August, and the run is until the 12th of September. So if you'd like to see John Maytham in action again, Superfan by Mike van Graan. Next, we're off to the movies, and here's my producer Maxine Peters with the new releases.
There's two this weekend. Firstly, the romantic comedy called One Night Only. It's set in a United States where, for the last 3 years, premarital sex has been outlawed, with an exception for one night a year. So it stars Callum Turner as one of the two New Yorkers who are searching for love on that one night.
Interesting premise, okay.
And then the other movie is called The End of Oak Street. It's a sci-fi survival movie. It stars Anne Hathaway after a mysterious cosmic event rips Oak Street from suburbia and transports their neighbor to some place that is unknown. A family soon discovers that their very survival depends on them sticking together as they navigate their now unrecognizable surroundings.
Okay, those are on circuit right now. If you're in the mood for watching a movie from your couch here, this is the recommendation this week from our critic Spling.
Welcome to the Weekend Watch List. I'm Spling. This week we review 3 visceral tales of survival and myth, from a colourful heroic power fantasy and a dark, blood-soaked Viking revenge saga to a pulsating, visceral jungle chase in Savage Destiny. Masters of the Universe skips Nolan-style grit to deliver a vibrant, unpretentious and delightfully self-aware trip back to Eternia from Travis Knight, who brought us Kubo and the Two Strings. Driven by a charismatic turn from Nicholas Galitzine, solid support from Idris Elba and Jared Leto, and polished comic book visuals, it leans fully into colourful 80s nostalgia to reawaken the legend of Grayskull. I would have preferred something more in line with its Conan origins. It won't change your life, but as a fun, lightweight fantasy, this reboot delivers the power. I gave it a satisfactory 6. The Northman expands Robert Eggers' visual canvas, a dark, brutal Viking revenge saga that channels Gladiator through the uncanny lens of The Witch. Alexander Skarsgård delivers a fiercely physical lead performance, backed by an impressive cast including Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicole Kidman, and Ethan Hawke. While it lacks deep emotional warmth, its hypnotic folklore, stunning cinematography, and relentless intensity make for a spellbinding and visceral epic. It landed a solid 7. Apocalypto is a relentless edge-of-your-seat Amazon thriller from Mel Gibson that plunges you headfirst into the dying embers of the Mayan civilization. Blending raw, adrenaline-fueled action with breathtaking docu-real cinematography and rich historical detail, it's a brutal yet thrilling story of survival. Pulse-pounding, primal, and unapologetically intense, this captivating chase through the wilderness delivers a deeply immersive, unforgettable cinematic spectacle. It scores an excellent 8. You can catch The Northman on Apple TV. Masters of the Universe and Apocalypto are available to stream on Prime Video this weekend. Until next week, remember, don't wing it, spling it.
Thanks, Spling, and don't forget to check out his website, splingmovies.com.
Missed the conversation? Go to primemediaplus.com.
Well, let's finish with the small screen, and let me start with a reminder that the MasterChef Grand Finale is playing out on ETV Sunday at 6 p.m. It's Candice versus Benji in the final battle for the title and, of course, the R1 million prize money. We will chat to the winner on the show on Monday, but just a reminder, if you missed my interview with the 2 finalists earlier this week, you can find it on our podcast page and social media platforms. Let's, though, focus on what else is happening in the week ahead. What's the Sunday night movie we can watch after MasterChef is finished on Mnet?
It's a film called Eddington and described as a darkly comic western. Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal go head-to-head as a sheriff and mayor whose rivalry ignites chaos in a small New Mexico town during the early days of the COVID lockdown.
Okay, that's the movie. Does Mnet have any new series this week?
They've got a new documentary. It's called Bodyguard of Lies, which is tomorrow at 9 p.m. It lifts the lid on decades of U.S. government deception and cover-ups surrounding the war in Afghanistan. And then on Monday evening, you can catch season 2 of The Peacemaker with John Cena. He's back as that famous anti-hero, and it airs from 10 p.m.
Okay, now our listener Debbie asking with desperation in her voice, when are we going to get to see the new Great British Sewing Bee? You've got good news for her.
Yes, on BBC Lifestyle Channel 174. First up, the season 10 of the Great British Sewing Bee. It starts on Monday, 8 p.m. 12 talented home sewers compete for stitching supremacy in a series of technical and creative challenges. And then on BBC Earth Channel 184, you can try a new 6-part show called The Mightiest, which looks at some of the world's most powerful vehicles, from aircraft carriers to firefighting aerial support. It starts Monday evening, 7 p.m.
Okay, what about the rest of DSTV?
One to flag on History Channel 186 on DSTV. It's called History's Greatest Machines with Dolph Lundgren, and it starts airing on Tuesday at 7:25 p.m. Then on Discovery Channel, which is 121, you can try In the Eye of the Storm Chasers. It is on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Storm chasers and certified weather spotters point their own cameras at nature's most violent storms, capturing tornadoes, hailstorms, and flash floods from up close.
That's Discovery Channel number 121. Over on the streaming services, what's new on Netflix this week?
There's a nice new local release, a 7-episode drama series called Umthetho, which sees a courageous public prosecutor taking on a ruthless prison gang. When the gang leader turns out to be her long-lost relative, career and family collide in a wave of violence. The series premieres today. Then on Wednesday, we've got a new documentary dropping called Freefall, A Reckoning for Boeing, and it looks at the alarming claims by whistleblowers that the airplane manufacturer cut costs and covered up issues that led to fatal aviation safety failures. And then for a movie, you can try My Best Friend, His Girlfriend and Me, which drops today. Ollie and Matza are best friends, living, working and planning to travel the world together until Matza's romance with Rebecca turns it all upside down.
So those are all available on Netflix this week. What has Disney Plus got for us?
They've got a new National Geographic series. It's called Lion, and it follows the journey of a young lion named Keo as he grows from vulnerable cub into powerful pride leader. And the show was filmed over 4 years in Kenya's Masai Mara. All 20 episodes are dropping on Thursday.
It looks absolutely amazing and one of those long-term projects that really makes for spectacular viewing. So that one is on Disney Plus. Right, let's finish with a Prime Video pick.
They've got a new sports documentary streaming from Thursday and next week, and it's called Novak Djokovic, The Wolf in Winter.
And that, of course, looking at his 24 Grand Slam titles and just about every record imaginable in men's tennis, I think. So if you're a sports fan, check that one out on Prime Video. Thank you so much to Maxine Peters, my producer. And just a reminder, if you have got a question about your favorite TV show, you're welcome to send an email through and set us on the trail of an answer. You mail me anytime during the week on pippah@capetalk.co.za. Please try and do it earlier in the week rather than later. Give us a couple of days to reach out to the different channels and their teams so that we can get you the information you are looking for, whether it's a release date for your favorite show or when a new item is dropping on your favorite channel. We'll do our very best to give you feedback the following Friday. So Debbie, enjoy your new season of The Great British Sewing Bee. She says it's her absolute favorite show, and I hope the new season is going to live up to all of your expectations.